So one of the big projects that we do at Citizen University is something that we created called the Civic Collaboratory. And this is again, all our work is within the United States context, but the Civic Collaboratory is a national network of civic innovators drawn from all different sectors of what you might broadly think of as civic work. So everything from immigrant rights to veterans to civic education, K-12, schools to people in electoral politics, to people in civic tech, people in Hollywood. I mean, all these people in different realms and arenas whose work you could rightly describe as civic, but who are all basically in silos and don't know each other, much less get to do anything together or play together. And about 4 years ago, we convened a network of these folks with the idea that what was missing in our country was a platform and a network where people like these would actually come together and not just meet each other, but learn, in fact, to playfully collaborate. And so this network has grown over these last 4 years, and we meet roughly every quarter, rotating around the country, hosted by different members or member organizations. And we devised a few formats within the organization, within the collaboratory, that make it more of a mutual aid society than just a pure networking opportunity, right? One of these is something we call the Rotating Credit Club. And this is a practice just derived and adapted essentially from the on-the-ground practice of a lot of immigrant communities, I'm sure here in Canada, but also certainly in the United States, where you have a lot of immigrant would-be entrepreneurs who have relatively low access to traditional financial institutions and who decide instead that they're going to take a big chunk of their life savings, each of them in a circle, say, of would-be entrepreneurs, and put it into a pot. And then take turns over the kind of ensuing months getting the benefit of the whole pot as basically a startup fund for their dry cleaners or restaurant or whatever it might be. And so we essentially adapted that practice so that every time we meet, 4 or 5 or 6 members of the group present to the rest of the group a project they're working on or an initiative they're trying to launch or a problem they're trying to solve. And the rest of the group actually makes not just kind of commentary and critique and, essentially cheap, free criticism, some of which can be helpful, but they actually make affirmative investments of capital, right? Intellectual capital, relationship capital, institutional capital. In some cases, because there are some funders in the group, for some philanthropies, actual money capital, although it's not really mainly about that. And so this format of the Rotating Credit Club is one of the formats we've devised in this Civic Collaboratory, where we've tried within this national network to, A, to practice what we're preaching, but B, to really see if we can create something that over time can really be the backbone of a movement to rekindle and revitalize citizenship in the United States, and that where people will want to belong to this and want to continue to be part of this.